Podcast again, my friends. Welcome, Hudson.
Hey now.
Who continues to be a part of the podcast despite all of your protesting.
All of my opinions that you hate.
Man, Hudson, you're like, people will see in this podcast, he's unreasonable and ridiculous because...
Well, I didn't know when I was signing up for the riot that I would have to defend my personal preferences. Popeyes is a personal preference.
It's not a personal preference. It's a mistake. You see how that's a difference where, like, you come in here and you're like, oh, it's just a personal preference. Everything's fine. And I feel like part of my job as your friend and coworker is to show you that, like, it's not preference. It's not taste. It's mistake.
But when we have no common ground, and so we're not establishing the common ground because I like Popeyes and hate McDonald's and McNuggets.
Right.
You're the opposite. We have no common ground, so we can never reach each other.
Well, no, but see, the thing is, Hudson, like, what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to help you make good choices.
Okay.
And, like, you continue to make poor ones. And so I continue to speak truth to you, not in love, but just truth. And you know what? I'm going to bludgeon you with the truth continually until you finally accept the fact that you're making a terrible mistake.
Yeah, until I'm just a shattered, hollow husk of a man that used to like Popeyes and McNuggets and has been turned into the man you want me to be.
Well, the man that you should be. See, that's the difference. Like, you're seeing this like, I'm doing this for myself, or I have a personal agenda. The only agenda I have is seeing you live your best life now.
Okay.
Okay? So, and you're not.
And
Not right now.
And it involves McDonald's nuggets for some reason.
Yeah, absolutely. This will all become a lot clearer in the podcast.
Yes.
We also spend some time talking about, this may shock you, movies and streaming services. You know what's funny? I don't remember what else. We spent a lot of time talking about food because people kept derailing us.
Yeah, we wanted to talk about other stuff, but people just kept saying, talk about more food, and here's what I think about food. So we just stuck with it.
Lots and lots of text messages. So, hey, you guys have a fantastic day. Always a pleasure to spend some time with you. Always a day to spend time with Hudson. So you guys enjoy the podcast, and bye.
Wish the worst of the riot would never end?
Everything that has a beginning has an end.
What is wrong with you? Get our daily podcast through iTunes, Google Play, or the RadioU app.
We talked about it yesterday. Red Dead Redemption 2 came out last Friday.
Right.
And every coupon I have that's good for video game money off has one asterisk. And they all say, not valid on Red Dead Redemption 2.
Right.
Excludes Red Dead Redemption 2. And you know what? They don't care. Because they just had Red Dead Redemption 2 just had the biggest opening weekend of anything ever.
That is unbelievable.
And I mean, you're like, well, what do you mean by that? Biggest movie?
Yeah.
Biggest game? Biggest anything? They just had the single biggest opening weekend of anything.
Because I'm looking at it right here where it says it beat the first weekend of Avengers Infinity War.
That's right. Avengers Infinity War globally made $640 million.
That blows my mind.
Red Dead Redemption 2, $725 million.
I mean, I've seen a few people talking about it, but you know, when it's so weird how if you just judged by headlines and what other people are talking about, maybe it's just who I pay attention to. But again, I've seen a few people say Red Dead Redemption 2, it's really good, and people are buying it, whatever. But, you know, everybody was talking about Avengers Infinity War when it came out. It doesn't seem like everybody and their mom is talking about Red Dead Redemption 2.
Well, keep in mind, it's $725 million. You've got to divide that by 60. So right away, you're at what, like 7.2 million people that have picked it up or something like that?
Yeah.
Or excuse me, that would be, is that 72? No, yeah, 7.2 million about. Whereas with the Avengers at $640 million, if you divide that by 10, then you've got 64 million people that are going to see it.
That's a big difference.
Yes.
Big difference.
Big difference. So it really just comes down to how much more expensive buying a video game is than buying a movie or going to a movie. But still, it's something.
I mean, out of all the video games, too, I mean, I'm sure it's great. But who would have guessed this one would
I don't know.
the one?
So Aaron just texted in asking, even bigger than a Call of Duty opening weekend? Yes. This is the biggest weekend ever for anything. Now,
Again, surprising, though.
it doesn't mean that it's the largest 3-day total. That also belongs to Rockstar Games. When they launched Grand Theft Auto 5, however many years ago, it made $1 billion in its first 3 days. The difference being that it was released on a Tuesday, so it can't be the biggest opening weekend. See how it's complicated?
Yeah. It's not that complicated, but man, I just don't know what to make of this. You know what I mean? What does it all mean?
I'll tell you what it means.
What does it mean?
Eventually, video games swallow the Avengers. Or, if they were really smart, they would make an Avengers video game.
That would be the smart one.
That's the
Sign
way to go.
Rockstar Games up for that one. Make a Avengers game where you're just running around. I don't know what you're doing. In the Old West.
Instead of riding a horse, you're flying.
In the Old West, though?
No, New York. You run around New York?
Is there any Old West superheroes in Marvel?
They did have a limited series. What was that called? 1602, where it was about, but that wasn't in the Old West.
Oh, okay.
So
I mean, I know there's Avengers for every state and stuff like that. Like the minor Avengers and the different Captain Americas that are captain of each state, I think. But I don't know if that would, Captain Wyoming, is he riding a horse and wearing a cowboy hat?
Maybe. Captain Wyoming is no doubt concerned about air pollution and the impact that his vehicle would have on the environment.
So horse makes sense.
Yeah, it absolutely does. Other records that were broken here, let's see, highest ever number of pre-orders.
Okay.
So more people pre-ordered Red Dead Redemption 2 than any game in history. Highest day one sales and highest sales for the first 3 days on the PlayStation Network. So I guess what we're saying is it appears like people like it.
For some reason.
And they're throwing money at it.
We searched for something positive to say about the riot and finally came up with one word. Consistent. Consistently terrible, but still consistent. RadioU.
Hudson, how often do you use or have you used in the past public transportation?
Not too often. So, I used to be a metro man in the D.C. area.
So riding the train? Yeah,
riding the train. It's not good. Not good.
Really? I thought that the DC Metro was okay, but then
always delayed. It was. They were doing a lot of construction on it, but it just meant that a lot of times you would have to get off and get on a bus and then get back on the metro and stuff like that. And then, a lot of times it'd be super delayed. And then just the hazards of any public transportation in a major city where it's just kind of gross and weird.
So kind of like a guy gets on the metro and all of a sudden he's got a chainsaw and he's starting to threaten people with it.
I guess that could happen.
Yeah, it did. Actually, it happened in San Francisco. The amazing thing to me is there's video. So, of course, here's this guy and he's on the BART and he's got a red chainsaw that he starts saying, "I'll cut your freaking head off." I can't tell if he's drunk or what.
Yeah, that sounds like you're drunk at least.
But he starts saying things like that. He's like, the Bart Chainsaw Massacre. I am Texas Chainsaw Massacre. He keeps saying things. And what I love is this guy's threatening. One guy is filming him. That's the footage I'm looking at. And then behind him, there are at least 2 other people with their phones up shooting video.
Oh, great.
So someone's coming at you with a chainsaw, and your response is, if I'm going to die, I'm going to have to do it on camera.
I'm at least going to go viral.
I'm going to get some views on this.
Right. Yeah, it's kind of like that. You've heard about that experiment where they have a bad thing happening, somebody getting mugged or whatever, and if a bunch of people don't help, then that means other people also don't want to help. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like that. If you see a bunch of people filming, you don't want to actually do anything. You just want to film because all the other people are filming. It must be something important that needs to be filmed.
Well, if you film it again, then you can put it on your account and you can get the views and hits.
Right.
Because if you get enough, maybe you'll get affiliate status.
If everybody else is filming it, then how are you gonna your footage means less?
No,
it's not going to be in high demand
because it's yours. It's your footage. It's very important. It's special to you.
What you should do is just put it on Instagram. You'll beat Ronaldo, get more followers.
Forget Cristiano. It's you.
Yeah.
The one thing that everybody is leaving out that I found out watching the video is that this guy never even starts the chainsaws.
Right.
Yeah, and one of them, this is really weird to me. It's new in the box. So they have video of him on the bar, like opening the box, getting the chainsaw out of the plastic, and saying threatening things to people with the brand new chainsaw.
So does that mean it didn't have gas in it?
That's what it means.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm not saying that I want somebody to threaten me with a chainsaw ever, but there is an element of a guy threatening you with an ungassed, unstarted chainsaw that's like, well,
yeah.
you know.
Yeah, you know, if he would have started it, maybe the reaction would have gotten different.
Yeah. Oh, most assuredly. I mean, a guy's coming after me with a started chainsaw. You know, like I'm either A, getting out of his way, or B, getting way out of his way.
Right.
So far out of his way.
Awful, terrible, horrible, pathetic. Someone grab me a thesaurus. I'm gonna need more words to describe how bad these guys are. It's the worst of the riot on Radio U.
Hudson, have you ever seen Fight Club?
Yes.
Okay.
I have.
In Fight Club, how does Tyler Durden make money?
I don't remember.
You don't remember?
No, it's been a while.
He makes soap. They break into cosmetic or plastic surgery places.
Yes.
Steal the biohazard bags full of suctioned off fat. Then they make soap out of it.
Right.
Then they sell that soap to the very people they stole the fat from. Well, there is an artist he's Dutch, Julian Hetzel. He started a cosmetics line, and guess what? It's soap made from human fat.
He must have seen Fight Club too.
Must have.
Yeah.
So the idea here is that, man, it's crazy. He actually gets the fat donated from various, like, cosmetic surgery places. This is all overseas. So if you're like, man, did they do that? I don't think it would be legal in the United States. I don't know.
But I don't know. Maybe there's like a health thing about it. Like it's for some reason. I mean, it's definitely very conscious of the environment. You know, using and reusing
our own fat.
Our
own fat.
Yeah, we don't want it to go to waste.
Feeding it back to us.
If they're already getting that fat from somewhere, right? From these cosmetic surgery places.
I guess.
What's it going to just go in a landfill somewhere?
So now instead, we're passing these recycled savings on to you.
Yes.
Okay, so, all right. This leads me to two questions. One, would you eat, or would you eat? Would you use soap made from human fat?
Sure. Why not?
I know. Is it weird that it doesn't seem that weird?
Yeah.
Where I'm just like, all right.
That's where I'm at. I mean, I wouldn't even probably bat an eyelash.
Okay. All right. Now, taking your argument one step farther, like just what, like the circle's this big, we're going to make it this much bigger. Okay. So we've got ethically sourced fat.
Yes.
Right? Would you eat ethically sourced human meat?
How would you do that?
I don't know. Like, I saw a thing where a guy had to have an amputation and he cooked his leg.
No, he did not.
It happened. It's real.
Well, I don't think there'd be, you know what?
I love the fact that I heard some honest Hudson right there. Well,
I think if that was the only way we were going to get human meat, it would be too expensive for me to afford, first of all. Secondly, here's how I can envision it. Let's say they're making cultured human meat. I just learned what cultured meat is the other day.
Okay, yeah, that's a weird thing, but yeah, okay.
Maybe if I would taste it. If it tasted good, I guess that'd be fine.
Oh, I don't think I could do that.
Because it's not real. It's not really human meat. It's just what human meat would taste like if we made it.
Would be if we grew it.
Right.
Right.
So you don't have to feel bad about it.
Ooh, dude, I've got an anonymous texter here who says, yeah, the soap and water goes down the drain, then you eventually drink human fat. You know what? I don't want to talk about this anymore because then you start thinking about, like, there's dead skin everywhere, so technically you're eating human skin all the time. You're breathing it in.
Right.
Let's just stop.
The Riot has a problem with authority.
It's a little rule. Maybe you're not familiar with it. Nobody tells me what to do, ever.
Now, I promised good news for chicken owners.
Let's hear it.
KFC's going out of business. Your chickens are safe. No, I'm kidding. If you're a chicken owner, you're probably hoping KFC will buy your chicken. But there is a subset of you chicken owners that are chicken pet owners. That chicken is not just livestock to you. It's not something that you're using. That chicken is your friend. That chicken has feelings. It has a personality. It loves me back. It does. It really does. It goes like this. Last week, 2 weeks ago, Nikki and I reported on the fact that the Centers for Disease Control were saying, hey, don't dress your chicken up for Halloween.
Right.
And the CDC just put out a press release, and they're like, whoa. This is all a big misunderstanding. ABC News read the press release and did an interview and misconstrued a couple things, and as a result, reported that we didn't want you dressing up your chickens. But now I'm paraphrasing. We here at the CDC say, dress up your chicken. Go for it. So it's okay. If you were wanting to go trick-or-treating today and you wanted to take old Nellie, but you couldn't because you can't wear it, nope, it's fine. The one thing the CDC does say, though, is please don't kiss your chicken. Not a euphemism.
That's good advice. What do you think the odds are that like, here's what happened. They actually don't really think you should dress up your chicken, but it's not really a big deal. So, they kind of said it kind of a little bit. And then
they're trying to walk it back.
And then they got so many people that were upset. And this happens in business where you just get, it's a minor thing. People get really upset. And then you're just like, fine, whatever. It's not worth arguing with these people. We'll just say you can dress up your chicken.
Dress up your freaking chicken.
We don't want to deal with the chicken people.
Whatever. I don't think it was that, though I do find the timing of this announcement, I would say odd, but today is Halloween, so I guess it makes sense that last night they would say, all right, guys, go ahead.
Yeah.
Dress up your chicken.
Maybe it's all just a publicity stunt by the CDC. Not enough people were talking about the CDC.
Well, the CDC got big with Walking Dead a couple years ago, but they probably seem a little less important these days.
That's
Maybe you're
true.
right. They're like, man, we gotta get out there.
Yeah.
How do we get back?
All right.
Win the hearts and minds of people. Tell them they can use their chicken.
We can either create a zombie outbreak in real life and try to control that, or we can talk about chicken costumes.
Well, they do say if you're under 5, don't touch chickens. If you're over 5, you can touch a chicken, but don't kiss it or snuggle it or touch your face to their mouth.
It just sounds so ridiculous.
You're not kidding.
What if the chicken is just like, are the rules different if it's a house chicken?
No.
Not whatsoever.
They say that it is entirely possible. The big concern here is that there are strains of salmonella that pass easily from chickens to humans.
Okay.
So that's why they're
saying...
saying...
how does the chicken get the salmonella?
I don't know. Like,
if it's not coming into contact with other chickens or any other, if it's just in your house eating dog food or something.
Yeah, but I don't know. All I know is what the CDC says. And if I say anything from this point forward, it would be sheer speculation, which is usually what we do. But I feel like I need to hold back a little bit.
Yeah, we don't want to steer any chicken people wrong.
And the other thing is, part of the reason I don't know is I'm not concerned because on the list of things that I'm never going to have as a pet, near the top, probably 3 or 4 under snake, is chicken. I don't want a chicken for a pet.
We thought about selling the worst of the riot, but let's be honest, no one is buying this stuff. Get it for free on the RadioU app.
Let's talk about the Halloween specials. Hudson, do you have any like October? It's that time of year. I've got to watch the Charlie Brown Thanksgiving. The Great Pumpkin Charlie Brown.
I just bought the Charlie Brown 3 special collection recently.
Oh, a man after my own heart.
With, what is it? The Thanksgiving one, which I'm not as much of a fan of, but still watch it. Still watch it every year. And then also, of course, the Christmas special and the Great Pumpkin. So I'm sure I'll pop in the Great Pumpkin tonight because I haven't watched it yet. And that's it.
That's where I'm at. I haven't watched the Great Pumpkin this year, and I'm like, wait a minute. What am I doing?
Yeah.
But you know what else has entered into my like holiday special lexicon?
I'd love to know.
Toy Story. Not the movies, but there are 2 Toy Story specials.
Okay.
There's Toy Story, The Toy That Time Forgot. That's their Christmas one.
Okay.
It's great. It's great.
I mean, Toy Story seems like it would tie in well to Christmas.
It does.
Well, and even Christmas definitely happens in the first one. So
yeah. So then the other one is Toy Story of Terror.
Okay.
Fantastic. It's fantastic. It is about, what's the girl's name? I can't remember. Anyway.
Jessie?
No. I mean, the little girl that Andy gives the toys to.
Oh.
Remember at the end of Toy Story?
So it's newer.
Oh, yeah.
Post Toy Story 3.
Both of these specials, the Christmas and the Halloween one, they're both post Toy Story 3.
Okay.
Which is great because it shows you the ongoing adventures of Woody and the gang.
Yeah, what are they up to?
Well,
while we wait
Bonnie.
for Toy Story 4.
They're
Bonnie, that's what
they're playing in Bonnie's room. And so in the Christmas one, they get to go to somebody else's house and they end up playing with a bunch of dinosaur toys and it goes poorly. But then in Toy Story of Terror, it's about how they almost get captured and sold. Spoilers, I won't say anymore. But those have entered into, like, every Christmas I will watch Toy Story That Time Forgot.
Yeah.
And tonight, apparently, before October is over, I need to find time for Toy Story of Terror.
You've got to.
It's fantastic.
I can't even think of other Halloween specials. Do you? Can you think even? I'm sure. You know what? There's always, for some reason, a Shrek special for every holiday.
Yeah, but don't you? Okay. And again, this is probably just personal.
Yeah.
I feel like the Shrek ones didn't take off.
No, I feel like we all kind of, rejected that, as we rightly should.
Collectively, I feel like we're all done with Shrek.
Yeah. The demand for Shrek went significantly down after the first probably 2 movies. I don't know. The third one probably made money, but we were done with it.
Yeah.
Now the thing is, like, what do they do? The Minions? There's always Minions specials, I feel like.
Are there? Is there a Minions Halloween or Christmas special?
There's a Minions everything.
You know what? You're probably right.
And what about, another one that they kept doing is the Penguins of Madagascar?
Yeah.
They probably do something for Halloween.
I've got to tell you right now that if they haven't done Despicable Me, Halloween and Christmas specials, and I'll even throw Thanksgiving in that mix. That's a huge missed opportunity because that movie has kids.
Right.
So you have Gru who hates blah 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 whatever, but the girls get dressed up for Halloween.
Oh yeah,
that's one. Or,
that would drive Gru nuts.
Yeah, he would hate it, but he would love it because he loves them.
But he would also he would try to turn it into like evil somehow.
Yeah,
of course.
You know what, dude? Seriously, if you guys need any help, just get us on the phone.
This isn't just a special. These are feature-length movies we could make.
Absolutely. Though I like the idea of a special because 22 minutes, it's funny, it leaves you wanting more, but it doesn't leave you wanting out.
You don't stretch the concept too thin.
I kind of like that.
There are pros and cons to everything in life, except for the Riot. Here, it's no pros and all. It's the Riot on RadioU.
You caught me. I was looking at the Steam Halloween sale.
Uh-oh.
Was doing it. Sorry. But I'm going to need you to put that in the form of a question. So, wait. What is looking at the Steam Halloween sale?
What was the answer?
Obadiah is looking at the Steam.
Obadiah is doing this currently.
Yeah. What is looking at the Steam Halloween sale? You know what we got to do? You and I need to watch more Jeopardy. Because we obviously don't have it together.
Yeah. I need to support my fellow Canadian, Alex Trebek.
Alex Trebek's Canadian?
He is.
I wondered why I hated him. He seems so pretentious.
I love Alex Trebek.
Everyone loves Alex Trebek.
I know. How can you hate him?
He's the Santa Claus of game show hosts.
He is one of those rare people, like Mr. Rogers. The list is not very long of people that
Bob
it's
Ross?
Like, who can,
is he on the list?
Who can possibly, he may not be your favorite, but who can possibly dislike Alex Trebek?
He just seems like some people dislike him because he seems like a nice guy. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's a nice way to go through life.
Some people...
I hate everyone who's nice.
Yep. It's real.
Yeah.
It's real. So, I mean, I know people like that.
Yeah.
I'm not going to say it's me. And I'm not going to say it's Nikki. But it might be. So, Netflix announced that it has 45 episodes of Jeopardy that it is going to now start streaming.
New episodes?
Well... I don't think so. They say it's curated episodes, so no.
Oh, yeah, okay.
You'll get some Tournament of Champions, some College Championship, you'll get a Kids Week, and some fan-favorite contestants.
Okay.
Okay.
I don't know if I have a fan favorite contestant.
No. But how often do you watch Jeopardy? At all?
At this point, never. When I was a kid,
you watched it with your grandparents.
Yeah,
because that's how everyone watches Jeopardy.
Or just kind of like the TV was already on. You had the news on, and it's like, all right, I guess we'll just leave on Jeopardy because what else is on at 7:00?
It's finally occurred to me that I don't know that my grandparents liked Jeopardy.
Yeah.
I think they were just trying to find something they could watch with me.
That was appropriate.
And they were like, well, Alex Trebek, we can trust him.
Yeah.
He's fine.
He's a wholesome family man.
Till he got that shady mustache. You know what I'm saying? Okay. But that's it. 45 episodes of Jeopardy on Netflix. I guess my question comes down to, if you have seen an episode of Jeopardy, can you go back and watch it again? Like, can you watch Jeopardy more than once? Now, Celebrity Jeopardy on Saturday Night Live, I've watched a million times.
Oh, yeah, of course.
You know, Trebek?
Yeah. Celebrity Jeopardy, Black Jeopardy. That's a good one.
But, like, actual Jeopardy, unless I want to use it to, like, no, I haven't seen this episode, but you know a lot of the answers. You know what I'm talking about, right? Right. It's like, unless you're doing that, what are you doing watching Jeopardy again?
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe you just want to learn.
So what, you're studying Jeopardy? Is that what it is?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, you've heard of people doing that, right? Where they like. It happens with all game shows where the people just get so obsessed with it. I don't know with Jeopardy how you could really take advantage of that because they always have new questions. It's not like you could figure anything out, really. But
you got to play the meta game at that point.
Right.
Then you're starting to look at, like, are there recurring categories?
Right.
Are there recurring questions? You and I don't think so, but we're not paying attention.
Right.
What you need to do is start building a spreadsheet, a database, and get a pad of paper and start thinking about it.
Apply some analytics to it, and eventually you can make at least educated guesses on what the questions you're going to be dealing with are, what the answers might be, where you need to target your research.
Yeah. So that, I mean,
you can just
it's a thought.
Put a whole syndicate into Jeopardy winning. But although the cash payout is not quite high enough to justify that, I don't think.
But then you have to ask yourself another question, Hudson, is that if you're putting in all that research, is there somebody at Jeopardy that is a little smarter than you, that is paying attention to the episodes that they're putting out on Netflix and Hulu?
Oh, right.
And they're like, all right, look, let's drop this episode. It'll just screw with them.
Throw off the algorithm.
Yeah, that way they'll think they know, but they don't know. I'd like to think that's the level of thought that's going into Jeopardy, but it's probably just interns.
Yeah.
My favorite part of the worst of the riot, when they shut up and the music starts. It's the worst of the riot on RadioU.
So, Hudson, what is this deal in this problematic relationship between you and Wendys?
You dropped the name. Josh and I, so here's what happened.
Oh, wait, I wasn't supposed to say the name?
Well, there's no like contractual agreement, but it was just a joke between Josh and I.
Between you and a restaurant.
Right. So it happened about 2 weeks ago. I go to a unnamed fast food restaurant that may or may not have been Wendys that happens to serve Baconator fries. I get my Baconator fries, take them home, open them up, only to find a screw-like mechanism. You can find the picture because I posted this when it happened.
You tweeted it.
On the RadioU Facebook page and the RadioU Twitter, so you can go look there, but you have to go back a few posts. And so I asked, like, what should I do? Of course, various responses. But what I wound up doing was tweeting direct messaging, not Wendys, tweeting the company's Twitter, and they directed me, and sending them a picture and stuff. They directed me to give them the address of the store that it happened at, and then give me my phone number so that they can make this right, is what they said.
Quote unquote.
Then I went on vacation, so I didn't talk to them for a week. They tried calling me, and I was like, I'm not dealing with this right now. The thing was, I didn't really want or expect to get much of anything free. I was just like, you know what? They should probably know that there's a screw in their fries. So, what if some kind of apparatus in the building is about to collapse because there's a screw missing?
Okay.
So
it's perfectly legit. Yeah. It's just a sentence that I didn't expect to hear today. Okay, that's all.
And so they did eventually, after several calls, they eventually got a hold of me, and it took a while, and it took several phone calls, not several phone calls as in them calling, talking to me, and then they're like, all right, we got to call you back, and then calling me a couple times just because like I had to talk to different people and answer the same questions.
It's like they're the police. They've got internal investigators.
Did actually have to. They said they have to file a case, file a claim, stuff like that. So I eventually had to talk to somebody at headquarters that I guess was dealing with more the insurance side of things, in case I wanted to sue them or got sick or anything like that.
Wow.
So
this feels like Bookman, the library cop.
Right, exactly.
They've got like a French fry cop that's out there on the scene.
When it was all said and done, I'm supposed to get in the mail in the next few days a $50 gift card, though.
So if you
which is more than I was worlds more than I was expecting. I was thinking 10 at most.
So what are you going to do? Are you going to take that $50 gift card and have a huge night at this restaurant?
Yeah, right.
Or do you continue to do the $4 meal deal and have 11 days, 12 days of $4 meal deals?
Well, when you include tax and if I upgrade to Baconator fries on those 4 for $4s, it wouldn't be 12, but
okay. So
I feel like I'm definitely
10.
more of a stretching it out.
Okay.
But I also feel like there's going to be people that, when you hit it big, there's always these hangers on.
Everywhere.
You have all of a sudden people come out of the woodwork and want some free Baconator fries on your behalf. So I don't know. But yeah, no, I plan on stretching it out. This place also happens to have $1 fries, any size. Did you see that?
No.
They have any size French fries for $1. And I wanted to ask, would you rather have the $1? Would you rather go to a place with $1 any size fries or $1 any size soda?
Wait, you know what? Text or call
Big question
877
right here.
RadioU. That's too big for me to answer right away. I have to think about it.
The Riot with Obadiah.
Them honey buns and Cheetos done caught up with me.
The Riot with Nikki.
Yeah, she's a liar, because I don't know her. So whatever she says is a lie, so...
The Riot, RadioU.
Hudson has proposed what I think is a fascinating question.
Yeah.
So what is it?
The question is, you go to a fast food restaurant, or you have the choice of 2 fast food restaurants. One has $1 any size French fries.
Okay.
The other has $1 any size sodas.
Mm-hmm.
Which one are you going to?
All right. Well, Andrew, and remember, you guys can get into text or call 877-2RadioU. Andrew texted in. He says, $1 fries. There are never enough fries.
That's true.
Olivia says French fries forever. Andy says, I've got to go the $1 fries route. I quit soda over 9 months ago. Besides $1 fries at Wendys, Baconator those fries.
Well, you can't do that.
You can't do that.
I mean, you can do it. You just can't.
You got to pay for it.
Right. It's not $1 anymore.
Okay. Things change. All right. Travis. Oh, wait. Travis has got something else. Kyle says, got to go $1 soda. I'm a big guy. Got to have a big drink. Kara says, I'd rather have $1 fries because you can always get a refill on soda. See, here's where I feel like this changes the game, though. Mm-hmm. If you're staying in like the generic sense, I think Kara has the right answer. Because if you're eating at the restaurant, you get yourself a large fry and a small drink.
Right.
You've saved some money.
Yes.
But here's where things, to me, get interesting. At Wendys, where they're having $1 fry right now.
Yes.
They have a Coke Freestyle machine. So if they offered me a $1 super large soda at Wendys, I'd be at Wendys. I'd want that all the time.
Yeah. I mean, any place that if they were to do the freestyle and make it $1, I think we'd all be behind that.
Yeah. And so with the McDonald's thing, they offer you $1 any size soda, but they've got like 7 options?
Yeah, not
8
even the
options.
one you want, really.
And they're not, I don't even think, everyone says McDonald's has the most consistent, like good tasting soda.
Yeah.
I don't like McDonald's soda very much.
I agree, actually.
So there's some, I don't know what it is that they're getting right or wrong or what, but
yeah.
But then again,
I will say, as far as soda goes, I'm less of a fan of fountain soda in the first place. So I'm just as happy. Like my main thing is, if you're just trying, like if this is just based off of being frugal, you're in a tough spot in life.
You need the extra cents.
Yeah, you need to eat, but you don't want to spend a lot. One, maybe consider cutting out soda because it's kind of an unnecessary expense. But if you do want to keep soda in your life, you can go to any grocery store and get a 2-liter for a lot of places have them for 69 cents. Or you could go to a gas station if you really want fountain soda, and a lot of places have them for like 69, 79 cents. So, there's other ways you can get soda for very cheap. getting dollar hot fresh French fries that also
Man,
would
you just
involve
can't get that.
preparation
Yep.
if you were going to do it from,
It's true.
if you were going to go the grocery store route or something. There's just no, that's a deal that you can't replicate anywhere else.
That's a really good point, dude. You can't, that $1 French fry, that huge French fry for $1.
Yeah.
Where else are you going to get that?
Right.
Then again, though, if you're taking the health route, you're arguing that point. I mean, I don't know so very many people that would be like, oh, yeah, fries are way better for you than soda.
I mean, I still think I think they're probably marginally healthier, better for you.
I agree.
They provide you with some kind of nutrients, I would think.
Which your soda gives you absolutely nothing.
Yeah. But another thing to think about is where these fries are coming from. In this instance, they're Wendys. I think
Wendy's has great fries.
I think their fries are pretty good, even if you don't Baconator them. But if it was somewhere else, say Burger King, those fries aren't worth the salt they put on them. So
well, I think that's a little harsh, Hudson.
No.
That's a little harsh.
If they did dollar...
Take it back!
What do they have? Onion rings? Tater tots? I could go for that.
That's trash. Keep it. Onion rings. Who wants an onion on anything?
Just because you have a bias against onions doesn't mean the rest of us have to live in that world.
That's because I'm the only truth teller left, Hudson. Everyone's like, the onions are fine. Their ancestors compromised. My people stand strong against the onions. We all know where they came from and why you can't eat them. We got really far afield there.
Yeah.
I'll have some fries.
Starting your day with the worst of the riot is a great idea because it's guaranteed to get better from here. It's the Riot on Radio U.
People are still texting about French fries. Hannah says French fries because they can be a meal. Just soda, no meal.
Nope.
Jenna says $1 fries, no question. But I'll tell you who the real winner here is, Hudson. You and I didn't even explore this space at all.
Okay.
But Nick, the news guy, just chimed in, and here's what he says. You swing by Wendys for $1 fries, McDonald's for a $1 drink, and Burger King for $1.49 nuggets.
No, aren't the nuggets at Burger King $1 too?
No, they had a thing where it was $1.49, I think, for $20.
Real? I know they just had a
big some like
nugget
absurd
deal.
Nugget deal.
Yeah.
So if
we're gonna have to look it up.
He's right,
exact.
but for $3.49,
yeah, that's
you could
a real meal.
You could have a huge meal.
You just have to go through 3 drive-thrus,
or you can run in. Well, okay, let's think. The Wendys, no, they're like across the street from each other. But like where we are, you could do Wendys for the fries. Then you've got to go through 2 traffic lights, hit the McDonald's. The McDonald's and Burger King aren't close, but they're in the same shopping area. So there's no traffic light between the two.
Yeah.
So theoretically,
you can do it.
Well, what we could do is we get the Wendys. I'll drop you at the Burger King, and I'll go to the McDonald's. Right. I'll come back, divide and conquer. We're all set.
You just, if we sent out a couple people, we could just have a big smorgasbord of sodas, fries, and nuggets for not very much money. And I do have confirmation here. Burger King's 10 nuggets for $1 deal is in effect.
Still a thing?
At least it was. I mean, this is from earlier this October, so...
Okay,
I would think it would still be in effect.
And I'll just have to say, I feel like I can live on that. Like 10 nuggets, a large fry, and a large drink.
I mean, that wouldn't be a healthy way to go through life every day for every meal.
No.
But it would be a decent lunch most days, a lot of days.
Now, the other question you have to ask yourself is, okay, the Burger King, if you stayed at Burger King and did the nuggets deal, you'd end up paying, let's say, $2 for a large fry, and let's say $2 for a large drink. So you'd end up at, $5.50 for that meal. So you're saving yourselves about $2.
Yeah.
Is your time and effort worth the $2?
And gas if you're driving between places, if they're not directly beside each other.
Because I'm going to guess this is let's say conservatively, if it's at lunchtime, this is like a 15-minute investment.
Right.
So?
Yeah. I think the time thing, unless they were all right next to each other, you could just walk into each one. Waiting in the drive-thru, it's usually that's again with the gas and waiting in the drive-thru line, that's probably going to cut out at least the savings of one of these.
Okay, but I think what you got to do is, I think we've figured it out. We got to break it up across people. So you, me, and Nick each take our cars. We each go to one restaurant. Yeah. We all come back here and meet up. Money is exchanged.
Yeah.
$3.50 for everybody.
You were talking about going out for lunch today cheap? We can do this right now.
$3.50 for lunch.
How offended would one of these restaurants be if we brought in food from the other two restaurants and just ate inside?
I don't know.
Would they hate that, or would they even notice?
I don't even know if they would
You could go in like
notice.
the McDonald's play place. They wouldn't even actually wait. They probably pay a lot of attention to that.
Yeah, they might. But
especially if it was adult men just sitting in there. Probably be a problem.
You know what? The McDonald's by my house, it's got a sign like, if you're not accompanied by kids, you can't go in there. and that's a true story.
There are two types of people in this world, and neither one of them likes the Riot. You're listening to The Riot on Radio U.
Well, I just want to say that every single time Hudson opens his mouth in here today, he keeps saying something terrible. You saying that you would rather have a McDonald's chicken McNugget or a Burger King chicken McNugget over a McDonald's nugget, that is worse than you saying how much you hate Burger King's fries. That's fine. I got no problem with that. I have no personal stake in a Burger King French fry. But you telling me that a Burger King nugget, which is not very good.
No, not very good.
Is better than a McDonald's chicken McNugget? I draw a line, sir.
What is so good about the McDonald's nugget?
It doesn't matter what it is. You don't ask that question. It's unquestionable.
No, but I'm saying, what is it? What is it to you that makes it good?
I don't know. It's just good.
First question, would you ever eat a McDonald's nugget without sauce?
Yes.
You would?
Have and will.
That is shocking to me.
It's delicious.
You can't do that.
You can. I will. I'll do it in your face. I'll do it all day. I love McDonald's chicken McNuggets. They're amazing. McDonald's is responsible for taking the nugget mainstream. They were languishing in frozen food aisles. McDonald's resurrected that brand and brought it to the forefront. And I'll tell you what, Burger King is nothing but riding coattails on that one. They're like, oh, look, come and eat our nuggets. They're 100% white meat, asterisk. We sell it MEEET. Come on.
I mean, I'm not here to prop up the Burger King nugget aside from its price. And when you do factor in price, you really have to wonder why people still go to McDonald's for their nuggets. When at McDonald's, they charge $5 for 20. At Burger King, it's $1 for 10.
Yeah, but I'm paying for that quality, all right?
That quality,
I'm paying for that quality. I will take that.
For those gummy, chewy nuggets that are dipped in who knows what that breading is.
Oh, it's so good. It's so good for you, too.
You could be learning jiu-jitsu right now, or how to drive a race car, or do anything productive with your life, but no. You're listening to the worst of the Riot on Radio U.
We spent way too much time talking about food.
Yeah.
But everybody...
that's just how it happens.
It does. Everybody wanted in, though. Got some text messages for you, Connor. Hudson, this is from Connor. Says, Popeyes, Burger King nuggets, anti-candy corn. Hudson needs help.
Help?
I will say, dude, you have, like... The candy corn thing I can go with, but like I totally forgot about Popeyes, and Connor is right.
Yeah, but lots of people were on my side with the Popeyes thing yesterday.
We got one text message.
No, we did not.
One person was like, yeah, I like Popeyes.
There was a slew of Popeyes supporters yesterday.
A slew? Is that Canadian for two?
No, that is another term for many.
More than one, less than three.
A cornucopia of people who supported my Popeye stance.
I said cornucopia yesterday.
There was a plethora of people who supported my Popeye stance.
You keep using that word. I do not think it means what you think it means. So Jacob says, I feel like the odd guy out because I hate all chicken nuggets. Well, Jacob, you're sick. That's all I know, because chicken nuggets are good for you.
I mean, hate is a strong word, but they are overrated in the fast food sense.
Jake sent us a YouTube video about how chicken nuggets are made. Don't want to see it. Yep. Don't want to know.
Thanks for your help.
Andrew says, I learned something that blew my mind. McDonald's nuggets are made by Tyson. That would be the chicken people, not Mike Tyson. Yeah. And then Stephanie says, Team Hudson on the spicy Popeyes.
Yes.
She also thinks that we should do a food fight while you're here because we don't agree on any food.
We should. We'll try something and we'll disagree on it. Hey, you know something about Popeyes?
Wait. Can you ask me another question first?
Another question?
Do I care anything about Popeyes? No.
I want to give you another reason that Popeyes is a good and worthwhile fast food place. Don't
talk to me about their charitable donations.
I don't like
the Popeyes
being
Foundation
diet guy, so this is the one time I'll bring it up. When you're on the keto diet, it's hard to eat fast food. But at Popeyes, they have blackened tenders. They're pretty good. I mean, they're not the best thing ever, but blackened chicken tenders that are, in fact, keto. So you have that you always have that option if you're looking for a place.
See how your weird diets are justifying your lifestyle?
Right,
Do you see what's happening right there?
Yeah, of course.
They're counting on you, Hudson. They're counting on you.
The Riot spent their entire advertising and promotion budget on catering and craft services.
The junk that guy eats has finally caught up with me.
So please tell your friends. It's The Riot on Radio U.
So Marvel movies on TV, not Marvel movies, Marvel TV shows.
Yeah.
Let's count them off here. You got Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. that I just don't care anything about.
Right.
You've got Cloak and Dagger on Hulu, which I've never watched.
Yep.
Even though it's not part of the Marvel kind of cinematic universe, you've got Gifted on Fox.
Okay.
You've got Legion on FX.
Are we just talking ones that are currently on?
No, I guess just in general, like it all. And then, of course, we just found out that, you had Daredevil. They just released a season.
Yep.
They expect that to do another season. There's Jessica Jones.
More Jessica Jones
which
coming.
They think there'll be more of that. But,
more Punisher, probably.
But they canceled Iron Fist and
Luke Cage. Yes.
Okay. Well, what if I told you they had more planned?
Okay.
But not for Netflix.
Uh-oh.
But for that Disney streaming service that will probably debut next year.
The streaming wars continue. This is the real Infinity War.
Actually, that's a good point. So, all right. Let's see if this gets your attention. Falcon and the Winter Soldier together.
Okay.
In a mini series. So like it wouldn't be like an ongoing thing. It would be like, hey, we're doing 6 episodes. That's it.
I can see that actually being pretty good.
You think that would work?
I think I can see that now. Question number 1. Are we talking like the Falcon and Winter Soldier in their same iterations as they are in the movie? So it's going to be Sebastian Stan and is it Anthony Mackie that plays Falcon?
I believe so.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's definitely a mark in its favor. So this is just This is a mini series, so that means few episodes, they're together, and then it's not like there's going to be a second season, at least not planned.
Correct.
I'm starting to, it's starting to sound all right to me.
Yeah, I think so too. Like I kind of dig on that. And with the way they're set up, they could so easily hey, we're filming Avengers 14 and part of your contract is you're going to do 5 episodes of blank show that's going to go on that. Dude.
And what could be really be interesting for Disney to do, and smart for them to do, I would say, is tie in, especially with the launch of their streaming service, make the shows have something to do with, actually, you should watch the show if you want to keep up with the movies and you want to know everything that's going on.
Right.
Because right now, all the Marvel stuff is basically disconnected from the movies. If they were able to tie it in to get people to subscribe to their stupid streaming service, man, that'd be a big deal.
Disney agrees with everything you said except the stupid part.
Every streaming service is stupid.
You know what?
I hate that I need them.
I support that statement. I keep paying for it, but Netflix is pretty stupid.
Yeah.
Thanks for listening to the Worst of the Riot podcast.
Oh no! I missed it! Do it again!
You can hear us live every day on the RadioU network through the RadioU app or at riot.radiou.com.
Here comes the rain again, falling on my head like a memory.